This is Renee.
I'm Rochelle.
Swim Moms of New Jersey, and we are back with episode 11.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love these.
We've got our new wine glasses.
I don't know. Can you see them? Can they? Oh, there we go. How cute are these?
So Rochelle had a long week.
I feel like I've had a long summer.
So we're drinking a little wine to celebrate. How are you?
I'm good.
Great.
Yeah. How are you?
I am also good.
I just got back last night. I've been unpacking all day. We got back from Virginia. It was so much fun. It really was. It was our first long core zones. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
There was peaks, there was lows. There was a lot of questioning about life, which we'll get into. I mean, it's definitely a learning experience, and I feel like we've come to like a fork in the road kind of like where we want to go as far as swimming goes, and so we'll talk about it. But it was definitely I took a lot of things from it that I need to now digest and figure out what we're gonna do.
I think that your first zone meet, like your first New Jersey zone meet, long course, it's always that kind of experience. And then I feel like each one after that, like the first sectionals, it's a very humbling sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
And so and you learn you learn just how big, how small New Jersey is, and then like how many other kids there are out there. Like, it's just But he did great.
He did great.
I'm very proud.
Yeah, he did great. I'm proud of him. I'm super proud of him. I have a whole thing that we'll talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I mean, are we going to talk about it now? Should we? No, we're not going to talk about it now, right?
We can talk about it whenever you want. So my week. So Zach officially had his last meet. I have his very first psych sheet, and now I have his very last psych sheet. I mean, he is swimming, so he's going to swim next year, and hopefully for many years after. But it's his last age group swim meet. So I was good though. We had a lot of friends at the meet, and my husband was there, and his brother was swimming. They got to swim on a relay together.
Oh, I didn't even know they were on a relay together. That's amazing.
And then and he did great. He had some good races. So no best times because it's summer swim, but he swam really well. So
and Brandon was at conferences with you guys.
Yeah,
my son was at conference. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for stepping in.
You also adopted my son for the rest for like
we
4
switched.
days.
You had mine first, then I had yours. It was great. Wow. We had a little hiccup in the airport.
I mean, that's amazing.
So after conferences, my husband took Renee's child and my child to the airport to come to Virginia. It was an early morning flight. Don't let them book their own flights, FYI, in the future. But
didn't pick a very close airport.
Didn't pick a close airport. It's fine. It's okay. Then they get to the airport, and my son decides he needs Dunkin' Donuts. He cannot live without Dunkin' Donuts. And so they missed their flight.
So I said to Nate, I'm like, did you all get Dunkin' Donuts? And he's like, well, yeah. And I was like, well, then how is it Brandon's fault? Because Brandon didn't want to leave.
So because Nate and Svi left and went to the gate, and Brandon stayed in line.
Oh, no.
Oh, you didn't know this part?
I didn't know this part.
Oh, yeah. So
okay, I was trying to figure it out.
Brandon stayed in line.
But they couldn't hold the plane for him?
No.
Oh, my
No, it was done. They were like, where's your other passenger? They're like in line. They're like, bye-bye.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so this happened to my cousin like a few years ago, or last year. He was coming up here with his 2 daughters and wife, and the plane was boarding, and this is a better excuse. He has 2 little girls. They needed to go to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom. By the time they got back, the plane was closed. So
all right.
This is why you get to the airport earlier with kids, just in case, FYI.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have so many, I feel like there's so many headlines, so many shout outs.
So many things to talk about today.
We just wrapped up age group zones. So congrats to all the swimmers who participated in that. We just wrapped up futures in all the different locations. And then Toyota Nationals also just wrapped up. So really our long course season is coming to a close.
I know.
And the only remaining meets now are
Senior
zones, which is kind of like a sectional level.
Right.
And then junior nationals and Pan Pacs, which is later in August. So still some exciting meets, but our New Jersey swimmers showed up for their meets that they participated in.
Mm-hmm.
So
the only person who really didn't do like an outstanding job, I thought, at the Toyota was Jack Alexi. But I think he was kind of taking it as a like warm up from what they were even talking about, because like they said his beard wasn't shaved and so forth. So he wasn't. They said he's really look out for him at Pan Pacs.
All right.
Yeah.
So this was just kind of like
a kind of
wants to
warm
peak
up
at the right time of the season.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like his big meet. I mean, who knows? Like maybe he didn't even taper for this meet.
I don't think he did. I think they said he did it, which is interesting because then you have other swimmers who look like they're peaking right now. So I kind of want to see how that looks. Like, what does it? I don't know. Did Caleb Dressel taper for this? I don't know.
I would say probably.
But then what
he
happens?
Had an outstanding meet. Everybody's
talk about a comeback.
Yeah, such a comeback story.
I mean, crazy.
I was actually really happy to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's funny because Caleb Dressel, Cam McAvoy, they're all like in their early 30s, and they're having these amazing swims. So your swimming career doesn't have to end in your 20s.
And he stopped swimming for a while, right?
I don't think he ever stopped swimming. I think he definitely didn't compete as much and he didn't train as much, but now he's all in. And I think he's definitely taking on that idea of plyometrics and weight training as a big component of getting faster.
Interesting.
Which is controversial because a lot of times people are like, you swim, yardage. And here you are, these fast swimmers coming out that don't concentrate on yardage as much and concentrate really on strength training and so forth. It's kind of a more like holistic.
I think it also, I think what matters is what they swim, what their events are. Like, I don't think you can take that approach if you're like an IMer or a distance swimmer or even just any mid distance. I don't think you could do it. I mean, I think that's like 50s and like maybe hundreds from what I understand. But I know we've had a couple situations where a couple of years where Zach has tapered for one meet. They choose, like BG will talk to him and be like, what's your taper meet? And he'll choose his taper meet, but then maybe he'll have one more meet after that. And so it gets challenging.
Yeah, so which one do you taper for? Which one is more important?
So it really depends, and you have to make sure that you and the swimmer and the coach are aligned on which one. And so like you taper for one, then you try to ride the taper into the next. And there have been times where I feel like he's been very successful in doing that. Like I felt like there were a couple seasons where he got better each meet, but then there have been seasons where that didn't work out in our favor. So
I feel like we took that seriously for short course and it worked well for us. For long course, we didn't as much. And I definitely saw a difference in that. But it's also, I think our approach to long course in general was different. It's funny because I do want to talk about like Anna Moesch getting the record.
Breaking her own American record.
Yep. She did fantastic.
Kate Hurst.
Yep.
What? Derry Rose?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to say it?
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I just butchered that, but you're amazing.
Yeah, Luca. There's a guy, Luca
Djokovic.
Yeah.
Yep. But he's not New Jersey.
No, he's not. But he still did really well.
Yeah. I mean, he usually does.
Yeah. Yeah. He's 17 years old, and I think he went the fastest time since Michael Phelps in the 400 free.
Well, he also
at that age. I'm sorry.
Was it him that broke Thomas Heilmann's record? Actually,
I'm not sure.
Zach always makes fun of me for the way I say it's Heilmann, and I'm like, he's like, why do you say Heilmann? And I caught myself. I did it.
It's hard. Like these names are hard to pronounce. Forgive us, please. But it's funny because I actually saw somebody talk about having all these different events because at the same time as we're having all these events in the U.S., there's the Commonwealth Games, and so it's funny because I forgot who it was, and I'm sorry if I don't give you credit. I will go back and look at this. But he was saying how these people don't compete against each other.
Right.
So, like, we don't have Caleb competing against, like...
Cam.
Yeah, exactly. Until, like, really, like,
the
Olympics, right?
Yeah.
And so he proposed something that I thought was very interesting. And and I do think that it would make swimming more marketable and more exciting. And it was kind of like making it more like tennis, like the U.S. Open, the European Open, the Australian Open, the Asian Open, right? And so it would give like 4 times a year where these people could compete against each other. Mm-hmm. And that would make it really exciting, I think, right? Because then we're not waiting to see like, who's it going to be?
Now, I think Pan Pacs, it's just who's participating too. Right. Like not everybody shows up to every meet that they qualify for. Right.
Like they were saying Summer McIntosh didn't come to the Commonwealth Games, which was also controversial. Listen, I just think that it is something to consider where it would maybe even once a year where we could get them all together.
Well, I think they do that at Worlds or, I think in the the non-Olympic years they have Worlds. But I think they should do it more. And I think they tried to do that International Swim League conference. I don't know. I think it was a bust, but maybe that was the why. I don't know.
Maybe. But I did think it was an interesting idea. So, maybe we could somebody out there in the swimming world will see this and consider it.
I mean, I love what they're doing with the College Swimming League, and they're getting so much coverage. There's there's a lot of money going into it. Someone was saying great job, Kyle Stockwell, because somehow he was able to get a ton of money going into this college.
I think it was a couple $1 million, right?
Yeah. And then and ESPN, I'm seeing advertisements on ESPN for it. So that's just something that we've never seen before. So hopefully that's pretty exciting. And some of the teams are pretty impressive, that are headlining that league.
Well, speaking of college swimming, we did talk about this a little bit last week about the lawsuit.
Yes.
And now there's been an update about the NCAA lawsuit, which is crazy bonkers right now.
Yeah, I can't see that stands. But
you don't. So they're opening up the portal for people who just graduated to be able to
swim. It's a special transfer portal
to be able to swim an extra year.
Now,
what do you do? Do you apply to college again?
So I don't know.
How does that work?
I mean, I honestly, I think most people who graduated aren't going to take advantage of this. I think they've moved on. But
but if you didn't find a job or something like that, this is a great opportunity,
right? And if you were going out on top and I mean, think of it. Some of them haven't trained. I mean, not that you can't get back in the water and
but it's not just for swimming. Also, you have to think about it. It's for basketball and football.
I think that's where you're going to see the most. Mm-hmm. But that's so interesting. A special transfer portal. I think there's going to be. I know that the NCAA is appealing it, but we'll see.
But it does affect incoming freshmen, right? Or
no, I don't know because of the approach. So if it's happening as a transfer portal, the only teams that are going to take them are going to be the ones that need swimmers or
unless they drop people.
Players. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. Are you allowed to drop people? I have no idea.
I think you
I myself was confused by this when I was reading it. I'm like, wait, I don't know. Come again? What did that mean?
I don't know. We'll do more research and we'll find out.
We'll see what happens. And next week, it could be something totally different. Every week we talk about this and every week it's changing. So just leave it alone already.
I feel like it's gonna get reversed.
You think so?
I do.
But then what happens when they get accepted?
I personally don't think that it's unfair because the rule did not go into effect until after the 2022, the high school class of 2022. That's how they're referring to them. Mm-hmm. Graduated college.
Right.
So they're graduated. They're done.
Right.
So then the rule goes into effect. So it just doesn't. The timeline doesn't work in their favor in my mind. But I'm not the judge. So.
No. And I just leave it alone already. We're all we're all confused. You're confusing me, and I'm not a stupid person, but I'm confused.
Yeah. So other shout outs? I mean, we said.
Yes, I have a big shout out.
Okay.
I have a shout out to Archie Goodburn.
Okay.
Scotland.
Oh yeah, I saw this story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I saw his interview, and it was so good.
It was so touching. So he's currently 25 years old. He got 7th in the Commonwealth Games in 50 breaststroke. He was diagnosed with a non-operable brain tumor when he was 22 years old. And talk about appreciating every moment in life. I don't want to cry. So I had a very good friend from medical school who passed away a little over a year ago to glioblastoma. Mm-hmm. And I saw how much she fought and his spirit kind of reminded me of hers because he didn't just be I have a brain tumor and I'm done, right? He's going out there, he's training hard, but he's also realizing that he doesn't know if this is his last time, right? Yeah. Every time could be his last time.
Right.
So they asked him what did it feel like when you were out there, when you went out there? And you could tell like he got emotional. Because, and he didn't really say it, but it's true. Like he was just taking it all in.
Yeah.
But
he did great.
He did great.
He did amazing.
He did great. And he's also raising awareness for cancer research. I think I wanted to shout it out. His campaign is Turn Terminals Treatable campaign in order for the government to get more money for brain cancer research, which is very important because I think it receives the least amount of government funding for research, but it has the highest like death rate. So, wow. Yeah. And I don't, it's funny because his is like a different type of brain tumor. I'm not sure if it's malignant or not because it's non-operable, but it doesn't say if it's benign or not.
Yeah, I didn't get that from the article
and he said that they said that they told him that he would most likely live maybe until 12 to 15 years. So maybe until he's 40. But either way, I mean,
it's still something you have to deal with. Like getting that news is not.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Like, where do you do? Do you get married? Do you have kids? Like all of these things would go through my mind. So, I mean, I just think he is a very good example of turning bad news into positive and living an amazing life and setting a good example for people. So I just wanted to give him a shout out.
There's a New Jersey swimmer who swims for Northwestern, and his name is Aaron Baltadas. I think he swam for JFAC. I don't know. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry. Maybe not. But he, at the end of his freshman year, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. And he had to redshirt his sophomore year, get treatment. And he's now like, he got back in the pool the following year and he's like working his way back from that. But imagine having to endure that, like the treatments, like what they do to your body, just a regular person, but being an athlete and then trying to get back to where you were. And he's doing amazing. So,
I mean, we need to hear more stories like that because a lot of times we get down on ourselves for things that at the end of the day don't really matter. And these men and women are just inspiring. Yeah. They're inspiring. Yeah. Like talk about turning, what is it? Lemons into lemonade? That's a saying? Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Anyway, so you inspired me and it will not be forgotten. I just want to say that. Nice. Like I definitely is something that I kind of reminded myself about that a few times this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how lucky we are. Yeah, blessed. Exactly. So we had summer swim conferences on Wednesday. We had a lot of New Jersey swimmers there. And then, but kind of this weekend, we were invited, but we couldn't make it. They had the Hub Lakes swim championships. Oh, yes. This is so cool. Yeah. So, I mean, I think this is so cool. You're the one that flagged it first for me. Yeah. So tell us about it. So I saw one of my friends post, like, it was a story of their kid swimming in New Jersey. And I was like, that looks like a swim meet, right? Yep. But I'm like, that does not look like a pool. And so I messaged her. I'm like, where is this? And she goes, it's the New Jersey Lake League. And I'm like, what? I've never heard this. But how cool is this? So they have a summer league in lakes around New Jersey. They swim against each other. The events are a little bit different. It seems like they do concentrate more on 25s and 100s than anything else. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. This is fantastic. Fun. I've never heard of it. Shockingly, I mean, we're both always in the swim world and we both haven't heard of it. So, and a lot of these swimmers, apparently, and we got this information from one of our followers, so thank you, also swim for clubs like Lakeland Hills YMCA. So, it's just really exciting to see what else is going on in New Jersey, because we're so used to our like central Jersey area, but like this is a really cool thing. Yeah, and if we get the results, we ask for the results, we'll definitely post them. Yeah, I'm just to give you guys more information about it because I mean, it seems so fun. They're like literally on docks with lane lines, like jumping into. I mean, for somebody I grew up like on a lake all summer. So really? Yeah, I loved it. It was like that was what I did all summer. So for me, this was like so cool to see. Yeah. And I wish. I don't know if I knew about it earlier, I might have signed my kids up for it. To be honest with you, you would have taken the trip. I think it's not like they're not. I think maybe next year. Maybe next year. I think I would have taken the trip because I think it's different, and you want your summer swim experience to be a little bit different. Yeah. And the thing I learned at Zoe's more than anything else is that Valen had so much fun meeting new people. Yeah, yeah. Not just from our team, but from teams everywhere. Like I was so proud of him that he literally, I was like, where is he going? I would, because I couldn't see very well. Next year, I'm bringing binoculars for sure. So, because we're up here, they're down here. So I would use my phone as like a binocular, and I'm like, where is he going? And he would just be walking into different bleachers, like meeting new people, trying to trade caps. I was like, who is this child?
So did he get any good caps?
Oh, he won the cap game.
Oh, of course he did.
He won the cap game.
Of course he did.
And he was so sneaky. At first he didn't want to trade his cap. So like, I gave him silly putty because it's good. They say it's good for stress. Like, like it kind of helps you concentrate on something else. So at first he started trading his silly putty.
Oh.
Then he traded his silly putty for a shirt, somebody's shirt. I think it was Virginia. He took that shirt and traded it for like 2 caps. Like, oh my gosh. And it just kept going and going. He did trade like 1 or 2 of his caps. But the point is that then I'm like, where's your latex cap? He's like, you didn't give it to me. I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. You've already traded those, so you moved on to the silicone. The point is that, considering joining a lake team is just like another opportunity for him to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Maybe we'll do that.
All right. Maybe
we
we'll try
can do
it
both.
next year.
Can we do both?
All right. We'll be in touch.
Follow. I definitely will consider it. I'll go for a visit for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we said that Pan Pacs is coming up. We have at least 2 New Jersey swimmers swimming. Henry McFadden, Jersey Wahoos, and Derry Rose, who's Scarlet. So,
yeah. Yeah, and then we have Anna Moesch.
And we have Anna Moesch.
Jack Alexi.
Well, they're not, I don't think Anna Moesch is doing Pan Pacs.
Oh, Jack Alexi is though.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But Anna Moesch, she broke the American record in the 100 free, her own record. She won the 200 free. Kate Hurst won the 800 free.
Fire.
Yeah. So
fire. You guys are on fire. So, I mean, talk about like somebody to look up to.
Yeah, I know.
And it's so crazy that she's like from our own backyard. I'm just gonna say, like, her mom came to one of our meets the other day because she's friends with one of our friends. And it was like great. It was great talking to her to get her experience on like college swimming and
she's so just a normal person. And she was so helpful for me when Zach started the college recruiting. So yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll get her
I have some fun videos of our carpool of all these and our carpool was a killer carpool, let me tell you.
Maybe we'll get you on camera next time. Who knows?
We almost had her.
She like snuck off. But anyway, it was great. It's like, it's great to have somebody that's up there and to be able to talk to and get advice from.
Yeah, it is. And it just reminds you that all of these swimmers are just normal people.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and they can do it. Like, they have a dream.
Right.
And they work hard for it. They can do it.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter where you're from. Like,
and it's just,
you can do it.
And I think part of what will determine that is like how much your swimmer wants to commit and like what, and you hear Michael Phelps, for example, never missed a practice for,
I don't even know.
I'm going to stop saying for 4. I don't even know how many, like 3 years straight, never missed a single practice, holidays, illnesses, just never missed practice. That's certainly not the way it's been for my kids. Although I will say my son went through a period of time where he never missed a practice unless he was ill or traveling for a meet or something. But he would like never, because he was always scared that like someone else was going to get better than him in that moment. And he was so committed. Like he just wanted, he had goals and he wanted to achieve them. And so, but that kind of is a great segue into this topic, which is now we're in August. And for most of us, it's the off season. And does off season mean off, that your swimmer's off? Like, what do we do in the off season? What's the right thing to do in the off season? I mean,
so as I was telling you, I've had like a lot of moments during this like meet, right? And I was like, thinking, I want us to stop saying like, by the way, I promise you, I don't want to keep saying it. It just comes out. I don't know why. But, not just thinking about the off season, but even thinking about long course as having a younger swimmer, right? Last year when school ended, Valen loves camp. I signed him up for camp. He goes to camp. He loves being a kid. For me, last year, that was very important, right? And I was still proud of him. He didn't go to any practices. He went to the meets. He made golds last year. He maintained his times. I was super happy. This year, we kind of made a deal where he can go to camp, but he would also have to go to practice 1 or 2 days a week. We did that. He was exhausted, I just want to say. He was doing summer swim, going to camp, and still doing those morning practices. It was very hard for him. it's hard on me too, but it was hard for him. But then we went to long course, and you see these kids who don't do that. Like they're the same age as him, but they don't go to camp. They definitely go to long course practice every day, and they take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And so as a mom, I struggle where I'm like, do I let him, because he is disappointed. He is disappointed when he doesn't swim as fast. But he can't swim as fast if he doesn't do the practice, right? So but then when during the season, he still wants to go to camp. Yeah. So what do I do as a mom? Like, I don't want to take that part of his childhood away, but I also want him to achieve his goals. Yeah. It's a very hard balance. Yeah. Like, it's a hard balance now, and now going into like our rest season and seeing all these parents and asking, they're like, oh, what are you going to do after this? What are you going to do? I'm like, we're on break. Yeah. And they're like, you're on break? And I'm like, should I not be? Should I not be? They swim, they have 1 week off. That's it. Yeah. They swim all the way through. Yeah. And I know there's another team, Excel, and they have this really intense clinic that they have their kids do. That's 3 hours a day. There was another team that the mom said they have no time off. So what do I do? Do I let my kid now go to camp for the next 3 weeks and enjoy himself? Do I pull him out of camp that I already paid for and have him go to swimming? What is the right thing to do?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I have the right answer. I can tell you what we did. I would love to hear, like, we would love to hear how you guys handle it. I think you have to follow his lead. Like, if he wants to go to camp, he's 10 years old. He goes to camp, but you can have those conversations with him and try to. So when I was saying to you before we started filming that Zach, when he was younger, played up until the time he broke his leg when he was 14. He played baseball and he swam. And so he was always doing that balancing act. And he loved baseball. He was a lefty. He had an amazing lefty swing. Like, he was just as passionate, sometimes more, about baseball than he was about swimming. And so what happened, though, was he would have to, as he got older, he would have to, if he wanted to do both, like, the conversation is, okay, but you have to, like, this is what that's going to look like, right? Like, you're going to have to, some days you're going to go from baseball practice right to swim practice, and that's going to be exhausting. But that's what he wanted to do.
And is that good for their bodies? Like, do their bodies have time to recover? There was many times during this summer where I was asking myself, when I saw him exhausted, like, is this practice even effective for him? Yeah. So what did you?
So he did it. Like, for many years, he did both. And then I feel like, and those were not the years where he was like, I won't miss any practice. So, and then I think especially in the beginning of long course practice, before the time shifts to the mornings, balancing summer baseball, which is summer club baseball, and long course practice was very challenging. So he would do the best he could until like June, mid-June, like towards the end of June. Practices would shift to the morning, and then he'd do morning swim, and he'd do evening baseball. He'd have games. On weekends, he'd have to choose between baseball games or meets, or try to do both, depending on the timing. It was hard. and I will say that he did very well. Like, he got to go to all the zone meets, but he did not, I don't think that he, I think that once he turned like 15 and he had to give up baseball, but he chose to give up baseball. I mean, he could have played if he wanted to, but he realized when he got injured how much he had to lose. And then he fully committed to swimming. I feel like that's when he really started to excel, but he was 15. Right. So in my opinion, you've got to when they're young. I think that I was reading a statistic in preparation for this episode that athletes who are single, like youth athletes who only do a single sport and don't do other things. And like, maybe it's not another sport, but maybe it's camp. Like he's doing other things. Yeah. He's working other muscle groups and whatnot, are like 70% more likely to be injured. And like, I think that's leaning very much due to, like, football is also counted in that. It's not just swimmer specific, but like the reality is that, like, if you have a kid at a very young age start to commit only to swimming and like they're giving up there's going to be so much sacrifice. Like, why make them sacrifice when they're 10? Right. And I don't think it held my son back. Like, I think he did very, very well. And I think when it was time for him to make that choice, he made the choice, and it was his choice. Right. And
I do think that, like you said to me, you don't live and die by a meet, right? So as long as they're kind of like staying where they have to be right now, they don't have to be number one right now.
They don't have to be
There's time for that. Because it is a huge commitment to me. Like these kids sometimes practice 3-4 hours a day, the ones that are up there. And like, I don't know the balance. Like as a mom, it's very hard for me at this moment to decide, because you see what other moms are doing. You're like, are they right? Yeah. You see what this moms are doing. Are they right?
Hard. And it's really, you can't do that. Like you can't compare like your journey to someone else's journey, because you don't know, like they might get burned out and quit swimming. Right. We saw that with so many swimmers, like swimmers who went to the clubs that were doing doubles when they were 10 and 11 and swimming like yards and yards, like thousands of yards a day.
Well, it's funny because there was this one boy that we know, and he's been gaining a lot of time this year. And I asked Val, I'm like, why do you think he's doing that? And he does have parents that are very hard on him. And he said to me, I would do that too. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, if you guys were so hard on me, I would purposely not try. Aww. So just to get out of it. And I'm like, okay, that's fair point. That's very honest. But it kind of also made me think, but I don't know. Tell me. Give me advice.
No, I think you're doing the right thing. You're letting him be a kid. I think that like he has to go to practice, especially leading up to championships. Like he might have to make choices like leading into it if he wants to perform at his best. Yes. Do I think that like you have to build in some rest every now and again? Absolutely. But like I don't think that he needs to specialize, give everything up, make the sacrifices, and like only commit to swimming at 10 years old. Like he has so much time. And I'm going to say it again because I've said it multiple times, but the swimmers at the top of swimming, like we knew people breaking zone records. It's not like they had a better swim career, age group swim career than Zach, who got to do all the things. He played baseball, he played basketball, he had a season of soccer. Like he loved to play things, and like he wasn't ready to commit to anything. And if he had to commit, he might not have committed to swimming at that age.
Right. So I think thinking to next year, if I had to make a decision now, because these camps want your deposit like right now. And I'm like, we didn't even finish the summer yet. What are you asking me for early enrollment right now? I think that next year, I think the balance would be, because it was hard juggling both for him. I saw how tired he was. I think that we will take August as a rest. We won't, we're not going to be pushing it and doing these crazy clinics. We might do our clinic. Our clinic. But that's like chill. Exactly. But I think that maybe we won't do camp before long course, because he is going to be aging up very around that age. So to just give him the best chance to do the best he can, even though he probably, again, won't, he will just have turned 11, right? Right. And then do camp after, like in August. I think that might be a good compromise. Yeah. I don't know what he's going to think. I'm going to have to talk to him about it, because she just loves being a kid. This kid loves playing basketball and soccer and archery and all this.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And like if you make him specialize and he's not ready to do that too soon, like he's not going to love it. He loves it right now. Right. And he just loves to race. But I don't think there's a problem in having conversations with him and being like, yes, you can go to camp, but like, and these are the choices that you're making, but like, and it doesn't matter if you don't win like first place, or if you're not top 8, or like we're just proud of you. Go race your hardest, race against your own time, and like whatever, leave it all in the pool.
Right. It's funny because Nate had said her younger son had said something to Valen after he was disappointed with one of his swims. He was like, I don't know anybody who loves swimming more than you do. So he literally said that to him, and he's like, so just be proud of yourself, you know? Of course, my son was like, just leave me alone at that moment.
Like, shut up, Nate.
Yeah, shut up, Nate. But like, it made me think, like, if he can see how much he loves to swim, it's true. He loves swimming, and I don't want to ruin that for him. Yeah. So it's very hard, because everything that I do, I try to really think through, and I don't have all the answers. Yeah. I don't. So
and we don't, and I don't. And I've been through it, but I don't. Yeah. We could just, share what we've been through, and I'd love to hear how other people have handled it. I would love to hear. What I will say, though, is I find that my son was very recruitable, because our team doesn't do doubles. They aren't doing a bunch of lifting. Like, did he do dry land? Sure. But like when it came to like real strength, like consistent strength training and lifting, no lifting at all. And like what colleges see then is potential, right? Because when he goes to college, there's going to be doubles. There's going to be very consistent.
Right. And imagine then what he would.
Right. So so they see someone that they can help improve even more.
Right. Oh, I love that.
And so, yeah, it's okay. No one, and I think I told you this, like no one is going to look back at his 10-year-old zone times.
No,
and
right.
Except you maybe, when he's like so like number one in the state and you're like, or wherever, and you're like, oh, look, remember when he came in whatever, 18th in 10-year-old zones? I don't know.
It's hard for him. It's hard for him.
I know. I have one of those, so I get it. And Nate lives with that also because he has a brother like that.
Yeah. So he was good. He was a good calming force for Valen when he didn't do as well as he wanted to do.
Nate is my calming force.
But I'm proud of him no matter what. But getting back to off season, I love this topic because again, as a mom, I don't know what the right thing to do is. I hear from other moms, you don't know, but there are a few things that we researched that help no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yes.
Sleep, they say, is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Catch up on sleep now because later when short course starts, you're not going to be sleeping as much. So
and school, and balancing, even just balancing school and swim can be challenging.
Right.
And then it is important to recover, but that doesn't mean don't move. It doesn't mean just eat a ton of food, like all the bad food. I mean, sure, like they're kids, so they don't have to eat perfect, but like, maintain some level of nutrition. And then also, get the rest, but don't stop moving entirely. Like do other things, but keep your body moving and fit.
I would love to run a comparison. Somehow I've done research in the past, but I would love to do some sort of study, like maybe like a meta-analysis, right? Of like the performance over the years of kids who do kind of an all-out sports clinic in August. Yeah. Like sports clinic meaning swim clinic versus the performance of kids who notoriously have not done it through the years, right? Yeah. And not just like their performance today and then their performance throughout the years that continues. I would love to do that. Maybe
what I can tell you is that there have been years where my son has swam through August like on his own. So like he and his friends would go and they would practice and they would like practice hard, like as if they were at regular team practice all the way through August. And they would start the season really strong. And then mid-year championships, they'd do great. And then by the end of the season, I felt like the other kids that might have started off slow because they took the rest, they finished strong. So it's really it depends on like your swimmer and what they want. Like it wasn't even burnt. They're just bodies are tired.
I feel like they need a break. Yeah. I feel like I need a break. Yeah. Like I do, going into long course championships, I wasn't sure how I felt about this. But at the end of it, I felt like I think it would be okay for him. I think a break would be good for him.
I think so too.
Because then I think coming September, he'll be excited.
He'll be so excited.
Right? And that's the thing. Like, it's not just like how his body's going to perform, but his mind as well. Yeah. And I think missing it a little bit, missing that they do like routine.
And he's going to swim every once in a while, but it doesn't have to be any formal training. And that's the thing. It's not a problem to just stay in the water a little bit. Right. But it doesn't have to be like a formal, like intense clinic unless your kid wants that. I mean, maybe that is for them. Right. But like it is important to allow them to recover from the season. And there is such a short recovery span between short course and long course. Right. It's so funny when people ask me like, when is swim season? I'm like, it's always swim season. Like it's true. It's true. Swim season doesn't really end.
So it's funny thinking about this now. Like people always ask me, right? How did I know that I wanted to be a doctor, right? And I promise this does relate to this. I didn't, right? That's all I knew. Like I grew up with a mom who was, this is what you have to be. This is what you have to be. And then after I graduated, only then as an adult where I had time to kind of like decompress and think about it, I'm like, maybe I wouldn't have done that. Maybe I would have done something totally different, right? So I'm very conscious of that now. Ooh, again. I'm very conscious of that now in the sense of, I don't want to brainwash my kid into thinking this is what you want. I want them to know this is what they wanted. Yeah. That's that for me. So I think that's what I struggle with.
And I will tell you that when I was a gymnast growing up, I hated gymnastics. I mean, I was bribed often to stay in gymnastics. Wow. I had multiple animals, but I don't have fond memories of gymnastics. Interesting. And I never wanted that to be my kid, but I was like, there was no off season. There was a season of not competing, but there was no off season. And when you're not competing, you're training to learn new skills so that the next season you could be better. Right. But there was no off season. And those practices were like 5 hours a day, every day, all the way through the summer. And I like from a very young age, there was a lot of sacrifice. And so I think that's why I feel so strongly about just letting them be kids when they're kids.
Right. So I think me and you have like the same mindset about that. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, we maybe, I think I'm going to sign them up for our STAT clinic.
Yeah,
but they're both. Yeah, you did. Okay, I need the link. But we're not gonna do it like every day. Whenever he can go, he'll go. Yeah. And the rest of August, he can be a kid. Yeah. He's gonna be moving his body anyway. They're exhausted after camp. It's like 9 hours a day of just nonstop running.
Fit. Right. He's gonna be fit. And then so off season isn't off. Sleeping is super important. Fueling is super important. What you're doing now is what your swimmer is doing now is what is going to help them ease into the start of the season. Because we all know that if you aren't in the pool for a while, swimming just seems to be a sport where like if you do, I think this is where this conversation comes from. Because when you do miss time, I think it's so hard to like ramp things up again. Yeah. So I think that's where they get scared. Zach would always say to me, you know, I have to get in the water. I can't lose the feel of the water. I'm like, what does that mean?
Well, not just that, because and then also their first meet, their times are not going to be their best times. And I remember Valen was disappointed about that last meet at the, what is it called? It's the
Purple Orange.
Purple Orange. Yeah. I saw Zach was disappointed at Purple Orange last year. Yeah. And then I thought, and there you have like, you know, why they've been going to practice. But it's not, because you're comparing them at their height. These times are at when they have tapered, at championship times. They are not going to have that at their first meet. And you have to prepare them for that, and you have to prepare yourself for that, so that you're not giving them that like, kind of like look like, what was that? What was that? Like, this is their first meet. They are not going to be at their height. I think that about December time is when their times kind of come back. Yeah. And then from December to March is really when their times start dropping. Yeah. I've noticed that.
I think that even practices look different. You know, like the way that BG structures practices in the beginning of the season looks very different than when we have a championship meet coming up, whether it's mid-season or end of season. But I totally agree.
Yeah. So like that, like mentally prepare them for that, because I noticed like the time drops really started happening in December and after.
So I have a funny story about Purple Orange. So you said Zach was disappointed. I mean, yeah, it was not a good meet, but it's okay because it was the first meet, and he had a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. But if I were to have looked at that first meet, which I will be honest, that when that meet occurred, I'm like, oh my gosh, is this going to be his season? And then, and I was a little nervous for him, and he ended up having probably the best season ever. And so it just, that first meet doesn't define you, and it's okay if you take a break. But I was talking to him recently, and you know, he's going to have to stay in the water a little bit, probably more than a little bit, because when he gets to college, like they're gonna like beat him up a little, I think. And so it will be in his advantage to at least like stay fit and stay in the water. Even if he takes a couple weeks off, he can't take like the whole month of August off. And I think as they get older, that is the case. But I was talking to him, and we were talking, and I was like, yeah, I was agreeing with him. I'm like, yeah, you don't want to like find yourself like when you did the Purple Orange meet. He's like, what? It was the Purple Orange meet.
So Purple Orange is like our internal meet.
And it's like early October.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. But that's when his like inter-squad meet's going to be like early October. So anyway.
But his practices are going to look different. Everything's going to look different for him this year. But
so the point is like the Purple, like that first meet and the first meets really don't mean anything.
I do like that we're having these, what is it called? Like almost mini meets this year. I love that. Yeah. I love that because it kind of gives us opportunities to get more times, but also gives me flexibility. Like I don't have to worry about snow day. Yeah. I don't have to worry about maybe going away for a weekend and missing something because we have more opportunities, which I love. And then what we will do now is during this time off, besides camp, we are going to do some dry land. We're going to do some, which we haven't done before. We're going to start incorporating that. I thought about it, and Swim Strong is great, but it's kind of like very hard to follow along with. But there's Peloton floor exercises.
Oh, that's great.
So I thought about it. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to turn it on, and we're going to do it together.
Yeah. Swim Strong is not the only one out there. There are others, but I do like them because they're so swim specific.
Right.
It's one of the reasons we didn't choose them until Zach was 15, so 14. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's just about body weight. It's about like core, a lot of core strength, and
which you would think that they like. I mean, they're like so strong, but I do think that incorporating little things here and there might help.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Good. And I love that. Like, do the work outside of the pool. Have a mental reset.
Yeah.
Because swimming, my kids, my older one in particular, will always remind me that like these championship meets are a lot, like mentally, like they are so focused on performing and doing all of the things that are required to perform well, that like at the end, they really do need that mental reset.
Yeah.
So that's super important as well.
Speaking of that.
Yes.
I did want to, since we're talking about that, I did jot down a few things that I learned.
Oh, okay.
From this championship meet.
Excellent.
Okay. Because even though I have been at the zones before, I feel like this was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because it was, before we went with our team, we were, again, all about training. It was different.
Yeah.
It was different. So I learned that it's very important for your kid to go up to the coaches, introduce yourselves, really be able to communicate with them, because then you feel like it's your coach.
Yeah.
And they were so nice. The coaches were great.
So shout out to the zone coaches.
Yeah, shout out to the zone coaches, especially Tenu, even the other ones, because there was older ones that we had known, and Valen had asked one of them to stay for his session. He's like, yeah, I'll stay. So it was fantastic.
That's
they
awesome.
were great. They made it fun. He was more than comfortable to go up to them, talk to them, ask them questions. That made it great. But also, I give him credit for actually being able to communicate with them and talk to them.
Nice.
So my other one is tattoos.
Oh, I've never heard this one.
There are a lot of kids in the pool. Okay,
Yes.
a lot. Okay, and it is hard. They're all wearing the same thing. Who is your kid? I can usually tell by the stroke, but these kids are just so many. It's like ants.
Yeah.
What helped me find Valen in the pool was tattoos.
And his wristbands?
Yeah, so he has like these wristbands, but also I had put tattoos on his shoulder blades.
Oh my gosh.
And so I knew who he was in the pool.
Brilliant.
So I was looking for the tattoos. So, find unique tattoos that are a little bit bigger, and then you could find your child. For me, it helped. I don't
Amazing.
know. It is physically and mentally exhausting. Okay,
Yes.
The first day I was exhausted. He was exhausted.
The driving.
Do not expect that if you made plans, you will follow through with them.
Yeah.
We went to eat, and when we went to sleep, literally, we were tired. He was tired. It is not just your body; it is mentally exhausting because it's a new thing. It's a high level competition. There's everyone's comparing everybody else. It is hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So even though I would have loved to see Richmond, Virginia, and the history there, although things close at 6 o'clock, I don't know. The farthest we got was a comic book store.
Yes, which my son loved.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like it really is. Like the championship meets end up being swim, rest, swim some more, go to sleep, and with some eating in between. And that's really it. Like and then I'd get some work done. Like sometimes, but
it's a long week. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. It's important to recover from those downs so that you can have a good rest of the week.
Yep.
That's another thing. For us, I love that we stayed at an Airbnb because it kind of allowed me to still keep a little bit of a routine. It gave him his space to rest. I had a kitchen, so the food kind of was a little bit more stable. Like I was able to have, he had his yogurt, he had his, we didn't have to eat out all the time.
Yeah.
That was important. This didn't happen to my son, but it did happen to a kid that was swimming with him. His suit ripped in the middle of an event. He did not have an extra suit. Put an extra suit in their bag. Not a warm-up suit, but like a race suit.
That's happened to my son.
Oh, really?
You were there? I had to borrow a suit from.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So not just a warm-up suit, put a race suit because they wanna feel comfortable in the suit that they're going to be racing in, right? Not the one that's stretched out that's their warm-up suit.
Yeah.
Our kids are not with us. Like they're far away. Okay.
Yeah.
So if they're young, make sure you talk to them about like I did not do a good job as this as I wanted to, but now I've learned because he didn't listen to me. I packed snacks for him. He did not eat them.
Yeah, you have no access.
No access.
No,
Zero.
it's not like a regular meet where they can come up and see you and like, zero.
So you might tell them, eat your snack. I don't know.
Because he doesn't even have a phone. Like you can't.
He doesn't
even
have a
text
phone,
him.
and I'm glad he doesn't because I also don't want. I want him to be able to be in the moment and not distracted. I actually thought about this. I'm like, should I get him a phone at that moment? But then I was like, no, I don't want him to have a phone. I want him to be responsible. He was responsible. He got to his events on time, everything. But the whole eating, drinking, snacking, that did not go well for us. He basically did what he wanted. Usually I force him to have a snack in between events. This time I was not there to force him. I saw it. I can see the difference.
Yeah.
Make sure you check your email. The coaches are emailing you all the time. Even during warm-ups, they were emailing us. They were emailing us who's going to be in the relay.
Relays, wow.
Yeah, during warm-ups.
That's cool.
So make sure you're constantly checking your email.
And congrats to Val, and he was on 2 relays.
3.
3 relays.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so
Thank
cool.
you. Let's see. Yeah, those are my, those are my big takeaways that I had from this
think
event.
that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll help a lot of people.
Yeah, so I hope so. That's why we're doing this, right?
Nice. So confessions.
Confessions. Yes.
You got one?
Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 confessions. One is my memory is shot because half the time I think of a confession, I totally forget.
That's me. I'm literally, as you're going through that list, I'm like, what was my confession?
I actually, it's bad. It's very bad. I use my notes section
We try
a lot
to write
lately.
down things because this happens.
All the time. But there was a lot of times during this meet where my Apple Watch would tell me that I'm in a loud environment and I didn't realize that I was the loud environment. I am the loud environment.
When I sit next to you, my Apple Watch also tells me that I'm in a loud environment.
It's like loud environment. Here I am like streaming. Oh, it's like loud environment. I am the loud environment.
You are.
So
that's okay. You love your kid.
Yeah. So that's my confession.
I love that. Okay. So my confession is, and I don't know, I don't know why I do it, but I love when like psych sheets come out. And it doesn't matter. It's a big meet. It's a smaller meet. It's like, I love to like Facebook stalk the people that I know my kids are going to swim against. Just
Really?
to like see like, their competition. Not Facebook, I'm sorry. Swim Cloud.
Swim Cloud.
I don't know why I said
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
see, I do the opposite.
Yeah?
Mhm.
You don't want to know.
No.
Oh. See, I like to know.
Yeah.
I don't tell them about it. It's just like,
And
I
a
just
lot of
am like,
times
oh,
we know.
Yes.
Like, you know who they're.
But I will say what I like about it is I end up knowing the names and the kids, like I know who everybody is.
I learned who everybody is now.
Yeah.
Literally everybody now. Because before I knew a name and I didn't have a face put to it. Now I have the name and the face and the parents.
And you made some new friends.
I love it. I love people
so
came up
good.
to us, came up to me, and talked to me about Swim Moms of NJ, what they liked, gave us some advice. It was great. It was a great meet.
I saw some people at conferences too. Some of our followers. So
it's great. It's
I have
been
some photos.
so
I have to post
amazing.
them.
It's just been. I mean, talk about getting to know people and getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
This is out of my. I'm usually like I sit to myself. I don't. Even though it might not seem like it, I do.
I'm going to remind you that this was your idea.
This was my idea, but it is. Listen, it's great. I love it. I love that parents come. Your kids came up to me.
I know. Well, you know what? Do you know what? Here's my other confession. Do you know what happened at conferences?
No.
I'm standing, because at conferences, it's not a big meet. You're like literally standing poolside, and Zach's about to swim, and someone comes up to me, and he's like, "Are you Swim Moms of NJ?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and it was Svi.
That's my husband.
He's like, "I got you."
He did that because that has happened to me.
I know, and he totally got me and it had happened at that meet, and so it was just really funny.
Yeah, it is funny, right? It's cool. I love it. I love it. Anyway, our favorite things.
Our favorite things. Okay, so you're wearing my favorite thing. And
This was not
planned
at all.
But I actually brought mine. We have these on our store.
Yes, I'll show you the back. It has our little logo. It has our logo.
I can show them.
There you go.
It's actually probably easier. There you go. There's
has our
the back.
logo on the
It's got
back.
Swim Moms of NJ. And then it's got swim fast, mom's tired.
And she has goggles and a stopwatch on.
And
I love that.
It is like the softest
Oh my God.
sweatshirt.
I'm
so
obsessed
this
with
one,
it.
which store is this one on? This is on the Shopify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is on Shopify. I'm obsessed with it.
It is the
it's
softest.
light and it's thin and it's just, I love it.
I have it.
So
it's so funny because I almost wore that. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to bring it because I want to show it. And then I showed up and you're wearing it.
I'm wearing it.
I'm like, that's my favorite thing.
It is. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And every time I wear it, I get compliments on it.
Yeah.
Like every single time I'm at a swim meet, they're like, where did you get that? I'm
I
like,
know.
actually, we made it.
I know. So this is just a reminder. A lot of people have asked us about where to get merch. And we do have a Shopify. We do have Etsy. So if you are interested, check out our store.
Yeah, we have a lot of really cute
cool
things.
stuff. And we're going to be adding more. Now that it's the off season.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of good gifts on there.
Yeah,
and,
we're going to be working.
Things, yeah.
We're going to be working on like ramping up our store a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
And our link tree. Like I've actually organized our link tree into like your favorite things, my favorite things.
Fun.
Good thing for male swimmers, female swimmers, just like in general. So my favorite thing.
All right. What you got? Oh, actually, your favorite thing is one of my favorite things.
Really?
I mean, it's not mine. I just love yours. I have bag envy.
It is my Yeti bag. I had this bag in yellow for years. This year I splurged and I got it in pink.
It's very nice.
I'm obsessed with this bag.
It's very cool.
It fits everything.
I love that it's like solid. It's like well formed.
It has pockets. It fits everything. It fits towels. It fits snacks. It fits drinks. It fits everything. Like, let me see if you can see the size. I'm small, but it's like easy to carry.
It's
right?
cute. Yeah.
But it's
waterproof.
It's waterproof. It literally, to get something on there, I just took it and washed it off because I have a very similar one that's like a backpack version of it. I'll actually link both.
I might buy this.
I'm telling you.
I bought the Owala one. I bought the Owala collapsible one.
Yeah.
And it's fine, but it's like a bog bag. And I like the bog bag. It's just...
See, I got the bog bag and I went back to my Yeti because...
And bigger. I like the structure of this better.
Yeah.
So and nothing against the bog bag.
The bog bag is a little bit like longer, but like shorter. I don't know. I have it.
I like the bog because it has like accessories. And I'm a big accessories mom.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I love this bag. This is my second one. And you could use it all year round.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. I love this bag.
It's great.
Yeah.
We're going to get you a logo to put on it.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes, I love it. And now it'll be a Yeti Swim Moms Adventure bag.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that's it. You got anything else?
I'll link it. My favorite of my favorite thing.
No, just in general before we say goodbye.
No, just thank you to everybody. We're really trying to shout out everybody that
is reaching
contacts
out to us.
If we don't do it, it's not on purpose.
Yeah, and if we don't do it here, we'll do it. Usually, we'll share to our story. So keep sending things. We've had teams send us things that we've shared to our story. We've had moms share us things. So
kids,
keep doing that.
Love it.
Yeah, keep doing that. We are going to be posting 15 to 18 boys.
We are also doing Mid-Atlantic.
We are also doing Mid-Atlantic. We know this is like a bit controversial that New Jersey is split into the two LSCs. And so the New Jersey posts are not all of New Jersey. It's New Jersey
LSC.
And so we are kind of concurrently doing the Mid-Atlantic. We're still in the 8 and unders with them. We're going to 9, 10 next week.
We've taken your advice. The thing is that like the Mid-Atlantics haven't had as much engagement. So that's why we weren't sure if people wanted it.
So if you're from Mid-Atlantic and you want to keep seeing it, like it and share it.
Yeah, because then we don't know. We don't know if you guys even want it because when we don't have engagement on it, we're like, should we keep going? Should we not keep going? You know, clearly we should keep going because we've gotten comments on it. So.
Yeah. And if you're tuning into our podcast, thank you. Our numbers on our podcast have really gone up.
Cheers.
And so keep listening. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And also, if you can give us 5 stars or leave us a review of some kind,
share.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then we're up to like almost 1,200 followers now. So
amazing. Amazing.
And if you have any topics that you'd like us to cover next week, so it's going to be off season.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a topic, shoot us over your topic so that we can consider it for next week.
Yeah. We really try to like just make it relatable and something that could help other moms.
I like that it's turning into a community. Like the messages we get, like I feel like the moms that are part of it feel part of it. And I love that. And we see them at the pool and it's just, I feel like it is becoming a swim mom community. So that was our goal. And so thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you on episode 12.
Yeah, keep going. Have a good week.
Cheers.
Cheers.